Yo, what's going on, TAP? That's right, this your boy Play B chillin'. We got some guests in the house. I got Flakoveli in the building. Y'all know Rev over here. What's going on, gentlemen? How's everything going?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Sir Rev the Servant, and I'm here really excited about today's topic.
You're always excited.
I'm always excited. I'm always excited for a couple different reasons. We got a really fascinating guest that I've been looking forward to, and just for some context about today's show is that we had actually planned on doing a Tupac special for the anniversary, I think, of his death in last September.
But then COVID
last
hit.
September, because that would have made, what, 20... Was it 20 years, I think? Yeah, because it was...
25 years.
25 years, that's what it was, 25 years. It would have made 25 years that he had passed, and I wanted to do a special show, but I got COVID during that time. And then it was just a situation all around. So we're going to make up for that, even though it doesn't feel as significant doing it now and then instead of doing it, during that time frame. But it's okay. We're good. We're ready to do this time, and I'm excited and fascinated. And if you haven't noticed, we do have a couple.
Right behind you, Tupac VHS.
We got a VHS. We got the book of. In fact, B, grab me that book right there. That's gonna be. Or yeah, thanks, Flacco.
Oh man, you know what? I should have brought my book.
Damn, how much does that weigh? Like 30 pounds or something.
No, yeah, I had actually gotten this book. It's a Tupac legacy book, and it actually is really cool. It has like a lot of artifacts that are like reproduced.
When'd you get that?
I got it I got it at Barnes & Noble, actually.
Dang, you paid full price for that?
You know what? It's you speaking of Barnes & Nobles. I got a book from there one time. It was called The White Book by Machiavelli himself that he wrote.
What?
But it's all I got at the house. It's crazy.
Oh,
dude.
that's pretty sick.
So actually,
that book is decoded.
Dang.
With words, and it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, this book is basically like a retrospective. Like, it has like photos of course of
of
the early Black Panther movie. That, of course, his mom. There's what's her name again?
Afeni,
Afeni
Shakur. And then it has like little here's actually a replica of what the Black Panther would put out. This is their little pamphlet or newsletter.
Yeah.
So this is a replica of that. So yeah. I've been
that's pretty cool.
I've been a big Tupac fan for years. In fact, if I go through it, there's actually a replica of his prison ID in here somewhere.
Okay, wow.
We'll go through that. We'll go through all that. We're going to leave this out. We're going to leave it on the desk, and we're going to like it's our Bible for the day. But anyways,
blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Yeah, he did a song called Blasphemy too, by the way. So anyway, we're excited about our show today, and yes, it is about the life and legacy, conspiracy theories, everything that has to do with Tupac. And it may not fit all in one show, which is fine, because we might have to just cut this up into two, because there is so much to appreciate. There's so much to talk about.
Ooh, there's so much.
There is so much detail
that's what makes it interesting, though, because you can make a podcast just Tupac content in and of itself, and you know what I mean, and it'd be live all day. But I'll tell you one thing: when me and Flacco we sit down and we talk, we conversate Tupac, man. I always walk away like, what the hell just happened? What the fuck just happened? Like, it blew my mind. You know what I mean? Like. So the first thing that I remember talking about was listening to what's that dude's name? You were just playing him right.
Casanova the Don.
Casanova the Don.
Yeah.
So how'd you hear about him?
Let's do this first, because we haven't properly introduced the guest.
Yeah.
So let's do that. So
I know. I feel like everybody already knows him, because you
know him very well. I don't know him now. This is actually my first time meeting him. So just talk a little bit about yourself and your fascination with Tupac a little bit.
Fascination.
Oh man, is to say the least.
It just goes back when he was with Death Row. You know what I mean? And the funny thing about it, if we speak upon it, like back in 95, 96, when I was a young buck, right? I didn't like Tupac.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because I was into Biggie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay.
Wow. It was weird, dude. It was just totally weird.
Wow.
But
so you're a convert.
Yes. It was just weird. It was weird like that.
That's interesting.
But after his passing, and you know what I mean, and I didn't understand. And one time my cousin hit me up. It was back in 96, like 97, right?
Uh-huh.
He come out with this cassette called Machiavelli. I'm like, what the hell is this?
A cassette? Wow.
It was cassette, dude. So we played it. I'm like, this is too, like, deep. Like, I didn't understand at the time. This was back in 97. I didn't understand, like, the concept, what he was talking about, where he was coming from. But it was crazy, though. Like, it was just very spiritual. Like, it was just... At the time for me, it was like, when I heard it, it was dark. Cause I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But the more I listened to it, I understood where he's coming from because I was coming from the same place he.
It was really cryptid.
It was,
and that's the one thing that it was really interesting because when that album came out, and of course he had died already, and he had planning. Of course, the what people say is he was planning on releasing that. But another quick thing on that album, when you listen to it, is it just me or does it feel like it wasn't fully mastered or finished? Like it's not as crisp as any other Tupac album.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs, there's a delay, it's not properly timed or lined up in some spaces, and I'm wondering if that was done intentionally.
Because there's two type of Machiavelli albums. There's the 3-Day Theory and the 7-Day Theory.
Okay, I've never heard that before.
No,
like, what do you mean?
There's a 3-day album theory.
Oh snap!
So it's way different to the Machiavelli original that you hear. But it's because the Machiavelli original album's like beige looking.
Yeah.
Well, this one's black cover. And this is way different. The whole outro, the whole different is different, dude.
Is it the same tracks are on it?
Same tracks are on it, but it's different. It's way like this. It's just like, more.
Oh, okay, like different lyrics, kind of
different lyrics, new lyrics. It's just.
I've never heard.
It's
that
more
before.
raw.
Okay,
more raw. It's a trip.
So you became a convert because of the 7-Day Theory, the Machiavelli album.
Yeah.
And then mainly because it was, I mean, and it did. It seemed like you could have had a spiritual experience by listening to that. Because I remember listening, I was like, there's a lot of like especially Bomb First, like when you listen to that track, or when you listen to the actual song Blasphemy, like especially that song. That song really, when I heard it, it was so not. It was like reading Revelations. Like I don't know if you've ever read the Book of Revelations in the Bible. When you listen to some of the songs on that Machiavelli album, that's what it reminds me of. It's a really cryptid, coded.
Because the intro of the 3-Day Theory is the 3-Day Theory intro is different than the Machiavelli original album. It's way different.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like it's just.
And we can, and going into the Machiavelli album ties right along into some of the conspiracy theories, because of course the name of the album, the 7-Day Theory, actually corresponds with a lot of the conspiracy theories or whatever theories about his death, whether he died, whether he not died, if he faked his death, if he didn't fake his death, if he pointed who killed him, and are all that. So we'll get into that when we get there.
Yeah, right.
But let's just talk about, like, for instance, since we know that you didn't really appreciate Pac from the beginning. I remember like the very first album that I had like on cassette was Tupac's Me Against the World, which I still think is one of the best albums. Yeah. And I remember playing that over and over and over and over again, and just following it. That was my initial falling in love with Tupac. And there's a lot of reasons to fall in love with Tupac, and I think the reason why is because he can be seen in so many different light. He could be seen as a positive rapper or a conscious rapper. He has that style in some of his songs.
Right.
He could be seen as a straight thug gangster rapper in some of his songs. He could be seen as a political activist in some of his songs. So there's a whole range to Pac.
Yeah, there is.
That you don't get with anybody else, either before, during, or even after. And that is evident in every single one of his. There's not one album that it is missing multiple elements of who Pac was.
Well, because you speaking on that, like me growing up in the streets, more listening to Pac, it was a mentor. He was my mentor.
Yeah.
I didn't have a mentor growing up.
Right.
My music was my mentor.
Yeah.
So more I listening to Pac.
Yeah.
It just I understood the streets. Like
because he was coming to us on our level. Like stuff we see, every day.
I was going through. He was going through. Like, oh, I could relate to that. So that's what inspired me even more.
Well, even when you saw the whole NWA and then eventually the Eazy-E and Dr. Dre beef, and what this term started being circled around the studio gangster, right? So, and come to find out, a lot of MCs from our era were basically that. Everything they were talking about was fabricated. Case in point, Notorious B.I.G. Yeah. I'm not trying to, dog on the man.
Yeah.
He had a lot of skills, a lot of talents, but when you watch, there's an interesting documentary, and I'm going to find the name of it, but there was this British guy that did a documentary on Tupac and Biggie after the murder, and it's probably
I've seen that one.
That
was an old one.
Yeah, one of the first documentaries right after they had both died. And one of the things that
I've seen all the documentaries.
Yeah, and I've seen about two, and we should actually review some of them on the
tight.
podcast. And but anyways, So when this documentarian went to go talk to people from Biggie's neighborhood, he went to the actual store where Biggie worked at and talked to the store manager. And he talks about being a thug. So no, Christopher wasn't like that. No.
Oh, no way.
You didn't know that?
No.
Well, okay, so when they talked to his mom, because this was probably one of the best documentaries that I've seen on this whole topic, and we should probably just do a whole series on the Pac thing. Yeah. But we'll just use this as an overview. But when this documentarian went to go talk to Biggie's mom, and of course in the song, what was the first song? What was it called? The one where they sampled Juicy.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about, but I don't know what the name of the song. Yeah.
Somebody please.
Somebody please.
I can't even think of how it goes right now. It's like in my head, but I can't think of it. But anyways, where it talks about having a one room, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That's
I can't get it myself.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody tell me, please.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, but in that one room, he has that line where he says, "Me and my mom's in a one-room shack," right?
Yeah.
And
she's like, "No."
I was like, "Well, no, that was a character he was playing."
Yeah.
He actually grew up in a private. He went to a private school. His mom was an actual teacher, so
what?
He actually had a privilege. And this is not to dog on the guy because
it's actually called Juicy.
Is it called Juicy?
Mm-hmm.
Notorious B.I.G.?
Yes, right. It was Juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they sampled the song. Okay, maybe because they sampled the song Juicy. You're gonna play it?
Yeah, let me hook up to my.
I'm really excited. This is a really good.
You like feeling it?
Oh yeah. This is cool because I've been wanting to do something like this because I've been such a Pac fan for years, and it's just like. Yeah, I remember I actually said a prayer when Pac died. That's how.
Is it
that's the song. I know we have an in-studio guest and he can't hear anything.
Oh, I know. I forgot to bring speakers.
What's going on? He's out hearing this
I don't know what you guys.
I don't know what to tell about, but it sounds good. Looks good.
So this the one, huh?
Baby.
It was all a dream. I read the Word Up magazine. Salt, pepper, and heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall every Saturday.
But it's all a lie.
Magic. Okay. No, yeah. Well, back then, so the things that he was saying in there about selling drugs, my daughter, that was all not true.
So instead of it was all a dream, it was all a lie.
It was all make believe. No, but anyways, to get back to my point is that the term studio gangster actually. Played a big role because even Dr. Dre, a lot of people, I'm not going to say anything negative about Dr. Dre because I really don't know, but that was one of the accusations that Eazy-E was throwing out there, that he was just a studio gangster as well. He wasn't from the streets.
He was a underwear model and all that.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Dre.
Oh, you know what is funny about that? Speaking on that, hey, I got some stuff to show you guys. The original Machiavelli cover of that.
Oh, yeah?
Because he was beefing. They were beefing.
Oh, yeah.
Dre and Pac were beefing when he died.
Oh, damn.
You got to be dramatized with the Machiavelli cover out. The original one that they put on because it was just so explicit.
Oh, that's sick.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting. There's I could find the list, and this would be a good topic to talk about at another time. Is the actual people that Pac was beefing with? There were some people I see on the list. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that was even going on.
Yeah,
names I didn't even know about. There was one name specifically, a rapper by the name of Chino XL.
Oh, Chino XL. Yeah.
He was beefing with Pac, but Pac recognized that he was just doing it for the clout, and it was like, I ain't gonna. Yeah. But anyways, so back to my point. I'm trying to make it. But yeah, the studio gangster thing. So,
Rabbit. I have the instrumental going. You got to rap your next shot. You gotta go. Rev in the building, taking it back.
Wait, no, there's a copyright strike at that. But no. So,
I gotta beep it. Oh wait. Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, you're not good on your butt.
I'm not on my game. I can't see what they're. Oh, now I can see what they are. Now, beep it like this. Anyway,
you're having fun.
I'm having fun.
Anyways, but with Pac, that wasn't the case because. Just like what we see in this book, his lineage, his ties to the Black Panthers, the fact that his mom was pregnant with him while she was in jail.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he did have the life that a lot of these people talk about, especially people like Big talked about.
Yeah. Damn, that just let me down. That broke my heart. Just when you think you know people, they do shit like that. Well, you know what they should have done?
Had a drink with him.
Well, you know what they should have done is call 209-214-9472.
Oh yeah. So if there's anything in this show, call us. Drop us a line. This is a topic we're gonna we can fill a whole season. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah,
is he having a stroke right now?
No, but so with Pac, you realize it was a realness.
Yeah.
That not just in his life, but also in how he presented himself, and also in a way that he delivered his
message.
His message.
Well, not only that, but when
his delivery.
But it's like, when he delivered his lyrics, man, you're like, whoa. And then there was a lot of firsts for me, like growing up pre-Tupac, if that even is a thing. Well, you touched on it earlier about timing. Especially because, me and you do music production, so we know all about timing, counting beats, and being on beat and counting and doing all that. But he was one of the first ones that I remember that was actually doing his doubles that were off beat a little bit, just a tad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody else was doing everything either singles and doubles, but their doubles were on beat.
Because when Pop made his music, he had his own beats,
style,
his own style of beat.
Yeah.
So, because if you go on YouTube, you could YouTube it up. You go to Tupac's original, All Eyes on Me. All the albums he made, you go to original and pop all the original shit that.
Oh, dang.
It's supposed to be his shit.
Yeah.
But they changed it, like especially with Death Row, they changed his beats and everything.
Yeah.
He had his own original shit.
It's interesting. Like there was a dramatic shift from being on Interscope and then moving to Death Row. But back to this whole like realness to Pac, so that is plainly evident, and then that leads us from his beginnings with Digital Underground, which a lot of people don't know. Yeah. That he actually started off as a background dancer, dancer for Digital Underground, which is a big band from the Bay Area.
Did you say band?
From that era.
Band.
Well,
you said band. Digital Underground's a band.
They're in a traditional sense, rap crew, or whatever. Yeah. But of course, that consisted of Shock G, or also known as Humpty Hump. Who actually passed away last year. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Shock G passed away last year.
COVID?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. They just found him dead in Miami. He was only 50 or something like that. He was young.
I was young still.
Young, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's funny that we're older. We think 50's young, but when we were young, 50 was old as fuck. You know what I mean? Right?
Man, hold on,
man. Think about
that. I'm not that old.
We're going to remember. And here's another thing you got to think about. So, and just really quick, because we're going to get to this point eventually, but you got to remember, Tupac accomplished so much. In music, in acting, in political activism, and all the things that he was in. Yeah. And also died at 25.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about
all that he accomplished in such a short amount of time. But when you listen to his music and everything, it feels like a lifetime, doesn't it? It doesn't seem like
there seems like a lot of wisdom.
Yeah,
it was too much. It was beyond everybody's time.
Well, yeah, I think the wisdom comes from also the people the difference about Tupac is the type of mentors that he had around him. And that's one thing that's prominent in the Flakoveli album. He shouts them out a lot. Geronimo and Shakur and all these other people
they're all like his family. He's bringing up. They're all imprisonment.
Yeah, political prisoners, as he called them.
Exactly.
So there was mentorship that was really good. That kind of gave him a way of looking at the world that was a lot older, because I believe that he actually listened to the elders and the older. Actually, he even mentioned that too in the Flakoveli. Man, it's a bomb album.
No, it really is, man. And you know what the thing with Tupac though, it doesn't get old. Like the more you listen to it, it's like reading the Bible.
It'll never get old.
Yeah, and it's like the more you listen to it, the more you get out of it. Yeah.
One of the cool things about this book I just came across that I forgot is they actually have a replica of his actual journal. This is his actual journal. They actually replicated and they put in here, and you could actually see some of his writings. I'm like, I write like that too. Look, there's the Tupacalypse song list. That's all his writing right there.
Yeah.
Damn, he writes nicer than I do.
Look at all that. That's pretty. It's pretty awesome to be able to sit and look at this. We all doodled in the background of our little black and white notebooks. But yeah. So, anyways, I just wanted to point that. It's really cool to be able to be. And in fact, I think this is he's actually. If you look at right here, he's actually writing out how the video is going to look. Here's they're going to.
So you put what are they called? Soundboards or whatever?
Like a storyboard.
Storyboards. There you go.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So now I want to get into really quick. So we understand. He made a lot of moves, and then he got this beef with Biggie. They were really good friends.
Yeah.
And then they had this beef, this falling out. So apparently it happened because he had an affair with Faith Evans, which was Biggie's wife, which he alludes to in the Hit 'Em Up video.
That song is one of my favorites right there.
Hit 'Em Up video. And
you
then,
fat motherfucker.
and then that leads to him getting shot in the studio in New York. So a lot of people, and this is something we could talk about really quick, is Tupac hears while he's in prison because during the time that he got shot, he was on trial for rape.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In that rape trial, and then he gets shot, and then he's going to court, and he's all in the wheelchair and everything during all that, and then eventually he gets the guilty verdict and then goes to prison. Then he hears while he's in jail that it was actually Biggie that orchestrated the hit.
Well, not necessarily Biggie, just more than that story than you know.
Don't you tell me, because that's all that I know.
Oh man.
Well, you haven't listened to Against All Odds on Flakoveli album?
Yeah.
Well, listen to it very carefully because it explains what really happened. If you listen to it carefully, he's telling you.
Okay, tell us, since we don't have it in front of us right now.
I mean, if I had the music, I would like.
Well, let's go ahead and play it
Against
all odds, and then we'll do a breakdown.
And then it breaks down. I mean, it's beyond just Biggie. It's not even Biggie that did it.
Well, who do you think did?
It's on there's a cat named what's his name, man? Something Henchman.
It's Haitian Jack.
Haitian Jack.
Haitian Jack.
That has a lot to do with it.
Haitian Jack, from my understanding, was an FBI informant.
Yeah, he's the one that set up the whole entire thing. He was set up with the whole rape thing because if you go on YouTube, that girl that accused him of rape saying it was all a lie anyways. She got paid for it.
Damn.
Go on YouTube it, and she puts it out there. It was not even a true fact that she really got raped. It was all a setup. It was all bot.
I believe that too, because
it was all elite. You know what I mean? Because Haitian Jack was an FBI informant.
Well, okay, there's an interesting part to that too, because you got to, and here okay, so there's a lot that I like about Pac, but there's also some things that I disagree. And you got to remember, Pac was an advocate for and actually a card-carrying member of the young socialists of America. So he was a socialist. He wanted socialism. And you got to remember, at the time in the 90s, that was extremely frowned upon from popular mainstream political, both parties.
Yeah, right.
So I do believe that does play into some of the influence, because you got to remember, before Pac died, he was thinking about starting his own political party.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he was thinking about reinventing the Black Panther Party and actually starting a political action movement and creating a third political party.
See, that's what made him a threat. That's what made him a threat to America.
Damn, so you're saying right now we probably got to put ourselves on a watch list? Like, we're on a watch list right now?
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring back the token white guys so they can take us off. Now we're going to have two. We're going to have Scott. We're going to have Nick.
We need more white guys.
Yeah, we need more white people.
So
bring some more color.
And that would make sense that they would try to set him up in that way to discredit him.
Yeah.
Because he was getting a huge following and he was really.
Well, that's how they do things anyway, man.
Yeah.
The powers that be, they discredit you, they make you look crazy, and then when you get taken out, no one cares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when people try to bring, look, he was crazy anyway. Look, he was a raper, or you know what I mean? And then, and it's weird. I mean, that's a whole different, rabbit hole in itself. But I mean, typically when you see or hear these conspiracies of people got taken out by the government or whatever, the first thing is they always discredit him somehow. He's a rapist, a molester, or whatever. And
look, speaking on when he went to jail, that's his ID when he was in
always
in the Clinton Correctional Facility.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so he ends up getting shot, and and I do believe that the Biggie and Pac Biggie and not Suge, but Puffy.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah, he goes by so many names now. Yeah. But I believe that they knew about it, and
Haitian Jack and Puff Daddy had a big role, and Jay-Z had a big role in it.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So he gets shot. Then he goes to prison. Hears all this stuff in prison. Comes out. Suge Knight then
capitalizes on that.
Well, yeah. So here's another thing about Suge Knight. So let me slow down. So Big Knight bails him out of jail, gets him signed to death row, and this starts a whole new era. So you're getting all this raw emotion out of Pac. So Pac becomes.
So he comes out primed.
He comes out. But it's interesting because when you This is the duality, or not the duality, but the multiplicity to Pac. Because while he gives interviews while he's in prison.
Yeah.
And, he seems really humble, really like, oh, yeah, I need to change my ways. You don't see the Pac that you see in All Eyes on Me.
But was he doing that for the parole board?
And that could be
because that's what a lot of people, and we know a couple of people that I'm going to the men's home. See, I'm changing my life.
You guys ever heard of the rumor about him getting raped in jail?
I've heard about that.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Well, there's something deeper than that, bro. Because I got a book called The White Book, right? And it explains about the rape situation, the rumor. Well, in the book it says because he's supposed to get murked. He's supposed to get killed in prison when he was locked up in prison, right?
Damn.
Well, what happened? Well, these white folks the Aryan Brotherhood. I was in there supposed to take him out and rape him.
Oh,
take him out because that's what I read.
And
it talks about how this white guy saved him, like because he was a big fan of Pac. And he was I'm gonna save you. Well, check this out. This is the reason why they're doing this. And he's explaining like why they want to kill me, why they want to take me out. And he kind of broke it down to him, like, well, because you're a threat to society. And he's like, what do you mean I'm a threat? And that's when he explained the whole Illuminati thing.
Oh, snap.
So when he got out, that's where the whole Illuminati came from, because that dude broke him down. This is why they
schooled him up on
schooled him up on the scoop. So he saved him. That's why you hear about rapping. You heard rumors I got raped in jail.
Yeah.
That was supposed to happen, but it never did. Because that white individual, Aryan Brotherhood individual, is a big fan of Pac. Saved him.
Damn.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why the title of the 7-Day Theory was also the Kill Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati.
Because he wanted to kill the Illuminati. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. I didn't hear that part. Like, I heard about the rumors.
No, you won't know about it because I got the book. You got to have the book.
He's the prophet that has the book.
You know what I mean? It's called The White Book.
Really?
I got that back in 2011.
Well, and I had heard, so one of the things, there was a video that I had watched, and I don't even think it's on YouTube now because of the YouTube algorithm deletes anything that's conspiratorial in nature. But there was a video
that's why we got no subscribers.
Yeah, because we're conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. Shit.
But there was a video that it was like an hour long, and it laid out why the Illuminati killed Pac, because he wouldn't go through with the rituals. Because he wouldn't fall in line.
Yeah, he wouldn't sell his soul.
Yeah, he wouldn't sell his soul, and it pointed out that that's why they had to get rid of him. But that goes under the premise that Pac actually died. So, and that's going to lead us down this road to actually where Pac is killed. And the interesting thing that I picked up on from the Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory album, was a lot. And I actually did a paper in high school because Tupac died in '96. I just entered a freshman. I was a freshman in 1996.
And it doesn't even seem that long ago.
It doesn't seem that long.
It doesn't seem like it's been
that long. Tupac was killed in September, or he got shot. He got shot with the beginning of September in 1996, and he died on the 13th, which is
the numerology. He got shot on the 7th.
He got shot on the 7th and died on the 13th. There's a lot of. So all these numbers, you got, and I did
numerology.
The numerology is really prevalent in this Tupac conspiracy case. So I was in '96. I was a freshman, and I actually did a paper in high school about the conspiracy theories regarding Pac. That he's the reason why he's still alive. And I wish I still had that paper in front of me because I referenced that.
You know, it's so funny because this book I got, it explains at the end of the story, because I kind of jumped. Like, I want to find out what happened at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, all that. Besides, you know what I mean. But it explains. It's funny because he has a daughter named Star.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he talks about, and she puts it out there that he says that he buried 53 unreleased albums from Death Row.
Oh, snap!
It says so it goes you so it's funny that 53 albums, right? Man, it's more than this, man. You guys will get too deep, but.
No, we're willing to get as deep as we need to go.
There's this cat from Cuba. His name is Nicolai Gavani. He's from Cuba, but he raps with Tupac.
Okay.
He's one of Tupac's soldiers. But he talks about how 5'3" on the enemy. But how he speaks about 5'3", just like how Pop buried.
Okay.
It's crazy, dude. It's just beyond
So do you think these buried albums are this new stuff we hear from Pac being released? Or?
No. This is more Death Row shit.
Okay.
More like the enlightenment of why he got killed.
Oh, I got you.
I mean, he kind of was putting everybody on blast.
Okay, so before we, because there all these conspiracy theories that are out there that whether he's alive or dead or faked his death or didn't fake his death, or do you believe he actually died in 1996?
No.
Okay. Okay,
I'm partial either way, man. I
go back and forth all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Do you want to hear something?
Go ahead.
You guys want to hear something on YouTube about? You ever heard Mystery 1, Mystery 2, Mystery 3?
No.
You never have.
You want me to look it up? What are we putting?
Look up Mystery 1 by Casanova the Don. He's gonna explain. This came out in 2012 when it came out the hologram. Remember the hologram?
Yes.
Remember?
Well, okay, so that's interesting because that ties into the numerology. Because in 2012, when you do the math, what is that like? What is the? There was a numerological. I can't even talk. There was a significance to 2012 relating to Pac. What was it? There was a certain number. Because he died in 96.
You get it?
Now I need to look it up because it's gonna bug me. Oh, no dead air. Come on.
I'm trying to find that song. There's so many tracks.
So would I be able to pull it up?
Yeah, hold on. Let me. You're gonna have to hook up to the Bluetooth again. I'm sorry.
So
I got it right here.
Okay, so we do
hook up to the Bluetooth.
Yeah, go ahead and play it really quick because so we'll go over that really quick. But there is something I wanted to point out specifically about the 2012.
So this song came out in I believe 2012 because I bought this song. Hold on, give me this one right here. It's gonna talk about what happened in Vegas.
Oh snap!
And he talks about his body double.
A doppelganger. Oh wait, I'm not getting audio in the Bluetooth. My bad. How come it's not getting louder? No, that's on your phone.
It's not going?
No, but it's paired. It's paired to you.
Huh.
How come we're not getting audio over here?
Oh, you messed up.
What happened?
Yeah, I got your phone on there.
It won't go up?
No, it's not coming in.
It's his Bluetooth on. Let me see.
Oh.
Look at us working through technical stuff live on the air. Oh, that's why.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
there I go.
You know. There you go. You go back to that beginning again.
All right. I like that beat though. You know what? Now I need to get a beer for this. This is bullshit.
Let me tell you
all right, you got to pay attention.
It's been 16 years, still stuck in the dark age. Living in my mind, thinking about the fateful day. 9796, I remember like it's yesterday. I got a lot to say, it'll make a thug, make a cry. How the media said that I died, but I'm still breathing. Who do you believe in? Everything that they said was a lie. You see, listen, we was in Vegas, getting faded in the city of sin. I had a bad feeling that night after the fight at the MGM. Can you feel me? We left the town.
Oh, I remember you showed me this one.
This before too. I've heard this before.
That's tight.
Squeezing bullets to my name on my chest. I heard gunshots, but it got weird. Instead of bullets, only smoke appeared.
You got shot with blank shots.
Damn, so it's all just.
That's when they kidnapped him.
So they just used guns with blanks and then they snatched them out. So, but he's talking about like he didn't realize they were going to do that. So he didn't know they were faking his death.
Oh.
Oh, snap. So that's when they knocked him out back.
Yeah, they knocked him out. See, well, he wasn't even aware, like you said, he wasn't even aware this was about to happen.
Okay.
Damn.
So then you believe that his death was faked, whether it was by him or not. So
it was all Suge Knight's setup.
Okay, so that's another thing, because in the beginning of the 7-Day Theory, one of the things that I came across was at the very, very beginning, like the first second, you hear this really low voice saying, "Suge shot me."
Yeah, I knew you're talking about. I did my research on that too. Yeah, because that's on the 3-Day Theory. You hear that?
Yeah, it's also on the 7-Day Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was I found really interesting was it's like, okay, so it seemed, and I remember,
the pitch.
yeah, so I remember. So here's how creepy. I remember I forgot how I came across this. Of course, I had been somewhere on the internet, and this is back when like the internet was still like not as
when it was dial-up.
Yeah, when it was dial-up.
When you couldn't even watch porn, you tried to download a picture, and it's like,
I know.
you're like, I think there's a nipple.
You would do that to like the TV,
and then it stops. You got to download it. You got all the AOL free 7-day trial CDs and shit. Or is that just me? My bad.
So anyways, no. But I remember the day.
Nick knows what I'm talking about.
I was living in Ceres, and I heard about this. And my uncle, we went to Walmart there in Ceres, and he had the CD in his car. So he went into the store. I'm going to stay here because he had a nice system. So I'm going to play some music. So I went to the very first track, turned that thing up as loud as I could, and then I heard "Shook Shot Me," and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh my god!" It was the creep. It was a creep. It was a really eerie feeling because I expected not to hear it.
Damn.
That's why I turned it up so loud, because I'm like, it's probably like somebody heard something and it sounds like it, but no, it's explicit.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever heard it?
No.
You've never heard it?
Well, that just brings me back to the first time I've ever heard Pac in my life was at a ditch party, a school ditch party.
Oh, man. You gotta go look up the Bomb First. It's the intro. The intro. Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up on your phone really quick. Go to the intro to the 7-Day Theory, and I remember like when I came across that, because one of the prevailing theory at the time was that Tupac was killed by Suge Knight because Pac was leaving Death Row. He was leaving Death Row and starting his own company, which actually the 7-Day Theory was partly released under was the forgot what it was called, the Amor something, but anyway, so yeah, he was leaving Death Row because he signed a 3-album deal with
and
Death
he already
Row.
finished his 3 albums.
He looked at All Eyes on Me, as 2, and then the 7-Day Theory, which is one of the reasons why I think it seemed so rushed. He just wanted to get it done so he can, I fulfilled my obligation. I'm leaving, and I'm taking everything, all my unreleased music with me to my album, because Pac, as an entrepreneur, I don't want to have to pay anybody else for the things I want to do. Right. So he was taking all this future revenue away from Death Row, and Death Row had lost because they had lost Dre, because that's why Pac and Dre were beefing, because Dre left Death Row to start Aftermath. And then but Snoop Dogg was still there, but right after the whole thing with Pac, he left and went to No Limit, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, Snoop Dogg? Yeah.
Snoop Dogg went to No Limit. So you have the theory was that it was Suge Knight that killed him because he knew that he was
losing all.
So if he could at least kill Pac, that means he can get the rights to all of Pac's unreleased music.
That's the whole agenda.
Yeah. So you have it?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, go ahead and turn it up.
All right, I'm gonna mute the mics.
Hello, my fluffy little friend. I love you.
That's another commercial. We don't listen to other people's commercials.
Yeah.
You fucking roaches. All right, it's the raid on Tupacalypse all day. Punk motherfucker.
The intro to 7-Day Theory.
Okay.
Yeah, because the intro, it talks like a news reporter is talking.
Yeah.
And in the very beginning, it's like literally the very first thing you hear is this low voice, Suge shot me.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Suge shot me.
That's it.
Look at us,
I know, right?
Yes, universe.
Yes, universe. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Let's play a game. Let's see who can find it first.
I think I have the album. Try this one out. It might be right here.
I should have had it queued up. I have the album.
Oh, this is it right here. See, here's the album.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
still fucking talking? You niggas still breathing? You fucking roaches? Alright, it's the raid.
You did play it. Do mine. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, this is it right here. There it. Okay. So here it is. So I'm gonna play it.
All right, go ahead.
Then listen. Did you hear it?
Shook shot. Yeah, right. Do it again.
Yeah, it's really quick.
Right before the bell.
Yeah, right before the bell. Yeah.
Shook shot.
In today's music news.
Dang.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember I was in the car and I turned it all the way up and I heard that and I was like, ooh, just the chills. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So that was one of the prevailing theories, and I believed that for a long time. You know, of course, it was the other theory that it was actually Big and Puffy that set him up. But there was another theory that I came across that came out during a recent documentary going over Tupac, which points the finger at Reggie Wright and Reggie Wright Jr., who were the heads of the security
He said head.
for Death Row.
Oh, we can't. You got to put the mic up. Fuck, my bad.
Oh yeah, my bad.
The cops. So and there's this whole. Oh my goodness! I mean, we need to do. Death Row had their own cop set.
Oh yeah.
They had a whole
private. They used them as private security.
Off-duty cops that were actually bodyguards for Death Row.
You know what? That reminds me of some lyrics that I heard on one of my favorite rappers. He goes, "Crooked cops are perfect for the payback." You know what I mean? Ain't no evidence to trace back.
Yeah. So and
that was my lyrics, by the way.
And when you go through the whole corruption during that time of the LAPD, the Rampart scandal, and also the Compton PD or
right.
So it's we have to break that down. We're not going to have enough time today to break that down, and we got to have you back to talk about that, and we will do more research.
There's even a movie about that.
Yeah, there is, and even the Tupac movie that
there's
came
an
out.
Original documentary about that back in '97.
Oh
yeah.
Snap! Really?
Yeah, there's a
before
lot
before they made it into a movie.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
So there's a lot that we can try to unpack, but I kind of want to like take us out on just the idea, because we kind of just did a quick overview of Pac, about the legacy and about some of the theories, because obviously 96 he supposedly died, but the
96, dang.
One of the reasons why, the reason why people would allegedly point the finger at Reggie White and Reggie Wright and Reggie Wright Jr. is because they were the head of security. They actually the target actually wasn't Pac. The target was actually Suge, because they wanted to get rid of Suge so they can take over Death Row
like that.
And Pac was a target, but wasn't the main target. But Reggie Wright Jr. and Reggie Wright Sr. weren't and both of them were former cops, weren't the ones that pulled the trigger, supposedly or allegedly. I have to do this to make sure we don't get any So allegedly, the alleged gunman was a rap.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a name. I was like,
was a rapper by the name of Little Half Dead.
Little Half Dead. What the
Little
heck?
Half Dead was actually Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Little Half Dick.
And he alleged that Tupac stole Dear Mama from him.
Oh God.
That he wrote a song called Mama Dear.
What? That just sounds whack already.
You know what's so funny about that? There's this crazy ass song. Like, it sounds like Pac, but it's about.
Yeah, really?
I have it. I gotta find it. It's crazy, dude. Like, it's
Oh snap.
So that's the backstory, and we talked about like Russell Poole, the detective that was working the case.
Yeah, and then he ended up getting.
He got blackballed and eventually got forced out of the department. Then he died.
That
a couple
song you're
years
talking
ago.
about is called Mama.
Mama. Oh yeah, it was something like that, but it was by Little Half Dead.
It sounds badass. It's good.
But so another thing that points to that allegedly is that Little Half Dead's cousin of his last album.
Is he full dead? he got Little Half Dead, then he got his cousin full dead.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he's still alive. I'm gonna look that up right now. But one of the things, like when you look at I'm gonna show you the picture of the album cover that Little Half Dead did that actually shows an image, what people say is an image of Pac killed.
Oh, what?
Oh, you're talking about that one?
It's like there's Pac slumped over in a car, and supposedly they're saying that was.
But like before it happened, or like it's like a prophecy type.
I don't remember if it was before, or after. Let me see if I could find it. But yeah, but that is some of the Oh yeah, here's the album right here, the album cover that I was talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so right here, let me see, and we'll put this up on the video. But you see, this is the album. I'm not sure when it was released. I'll look it up when it's released. But you see this individual right here, the bald-headed individual right here in the corner.
Yeah.
People say that's Pac, right there. You see that?
Oh, okay.
See how he's
like he's in a car. Huh? Yeah.
Like he's like slumped over. It looks like his brains are blowing out. So a lot of people like assume that's Pac, and that's the rapper Lil Half Dead. Lil Half Dead.
Lil Half Dead.
So yeah, so that's the whole backstory to that, and a lot of people are pointing to that. There's a lot of connections, and I think that's what we should spend some of our time in. Like there's a lot of videos by a lot of different people. R.J. Bond is a specific person to look into talking about this.
Yeah, we'll do that on part 2.
And also Michael Carlin is an author that wrote a book with Russell Poole called The Chaos Merchants that they were planning on releasing and actually opening up the case again. But actually, Russell Poole then died mysteriously in a meeting with
the detective or whatever,
with the L.A. sheriffs and other people, and a lot of people believe that Reggie White was there and they killed him. Allegedly. So yeah, so there's so much. We didn't even so next time, now that we did this overview, next time we come on the show with Flacco, we are definitely going to go over some of the specific different things, and maybe you and I could take a time to actually watch some of the documentaries and specifically talk about specific topics, because this whole thing is there's so much to unpack in almost every song. Like we could even watch a song like you
could do one podcast per song.
Yeah, pretty much. Or an album.
Dude, there's so much.
Yeah, because what was the song that was released right after he died? The one where the video where he takes a helicopter and is in where.
I don't know. Be honest with you.
Wait, hold on. What about what?
The one where apparently the helicopter. See, that's another
helicopter theory?
Yeah, the helicopter theory. Oh my goodness!
Hold on. You want to get there?
Let's save it.
Hold on. Hold on. You want to get there about the helicopter theory?
Okay. Let's go with that.
There's a song called Mystery 3.
Mystery 3.
It starts off with the helicopter. The song.
Okay.
And it
so like the chopper blade. Like
yes. And that's where the whole helicopter theory came from. Because it really did happen.
Well, okay. We're good. Here we are. We're getting into it. But here really quick. But there was.
We keep pushing it 5 minutes at a time.
When you go back and you listen to like some of the interviews of some of the people that supposedly did the eyewitness, there's conflicting accounts. Some people say there was an ambulance that came and took Pac away.
Yeah.
There's another person that said a helicopter came and took him away.
So this is like 9/11 type theories all over.
Yeah. And actually, there's a one of the persons that were interviewed is actually reality TV star now.
Oh, what?
One of the persons they interviewed
that's too much.
I think they said that Tupac was taken on a helicopter. She actually is like a famous like she has a reality TV show on HGTV where she does houses and fixes houses. And
what?
Like no. There's a lot of things don't add up and make sense to this.
But it's funny because that song Mystery 3 talks about how he's in a helicopter. He raps about it.
That's just pretty. You know what? Yeah. We got to devote a whole series.
A whole season too.
You know, it's crazy because
this will be season 3. This is a prelude to season 3.
You know what I mean?
Season 4.
Oh, yeah. We are season 3. Season 4.
There's just so much to go over, bro. It just blows your mind.
Well, and I think it'd be fun because as a big Pac fan, I've always been a big Pac fan. And I always, when I listen, there's nothing that gets me in a positive mindset or a very pumped mindset than Pac.
Yeah, you know, every time I listen to anything that comes on my playlist, you know, and it's Pac, man, I just sit there. I'm like, yo, I want to start writing again, start recording. It just puts that fire back into me. You know,
there's a realness, there's an authenticness to it
that's missing in music nowadays.
And we could talk about that too in another show.
I don't even start on the music.
Okay,
nowadays.
so anyway, we're going to save that. We do have another guest coming up for next week. So we just want to thank everybody for listening in today. So you had to play the outro again.
Yeah, I know.
So we want to thank our guest Flacco, who will
you know what we do it out here.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it again. So we just want to thank you for listening to TMP. I've been Sir Rev the Servant, Play B, and you have officially been tagged.